Oh, good morning, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ Live. If you're out there already, Bonnie, thank you for liking the stream, my friend, and sharing. My legs are pretty tired today because over the weekend I dug a 3-foot deep hole to put a post up for an antenna, and whoever built this house decided it would be a great idea to lay some pretty big rocks between 1 and 3 feet below grade. I mean, I'm not exaggerating here. 2 of the rocks I took out were soccer ball size. I got one. It was 2.5 feet down. I'm thinking, how am I going to get this out? You know, I've got this small diameter hole, and I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to reach down in this hole to get this rock out. Well, in the end, I managed to get a ratchet strap around it so that I could lift it up enough to get the shovel underneath it, and between the shovel and the ratchet strap, managed to pull the thing out. Wow. But anyway, I got the hole done.
The ting of despair, the moment when you're like digging a 2.5 foot hole. Not fun. Digging a 3-foot hole is even more not fun, especially when you hear the ting of a rock and you realize what size it is.
Every time I threw the post sticker down in the hole, I was hearing the ting of a rock. I've filled it in now. Bear in mind that there is a 3.5 foot of 8-inch diameter concrete forming tube down there. I expected to have quite a lot of dirt left over. I've got very little dirt left over, having filled the hole back in again, because of the number of rocks that I pulled out. But anyway.
Wow, I think I did a good job last week, because I feel refreshed again, I think. A couple weeks doing power like this steadily was kind of tough. Felt like I was going to hurt myself. I mean, I'm sure by the end of this, it's not going to feel too great, but
I have steering again now.
Strong.
I had to refix my Swift Play controllers last week. So, a friend gave me these Swift Play controllers because they'd stopped working, and he got a new set. And I asked if he'd consider sending his old set to me, because I wanted to see if I could reverse engineer them, figure out the communications that was going on between controllers and Zwift. Well, when they got here, I opened them up, took a look inside, and well, let's just say there was a bit of sweat inside, or there had been a bit of sweat inside, so I'll give them a good clean. And they worked. I'm thinking, okay, I don't need to see if I can make my own Swift Play controllers now. So used them for a while, but for the last few weeks, the right one's been acting up, and the brake was on all the time. So I disabled braking in Zwift to kind of work around that. But then graphics have changed in the jungle here. There's more stuff. Yeah, so and then I got to the point where I couldn't go right. I could only go left. So okay, time to have a look inside this controller again. So take it apart and figured out that I missed cleaning some sweat off a connector. I had to take the connector apart completely. Once I've done that, I also got the right shoulder button working as well, which I wasn't working before. So everything's working again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow. Galactic.
Lactic acid.
Yes. Right at the last 15 seconds. All right, I need to go find out what's happening here. Supposed to give Rich a ride, but I think we're too late now.
Too late. And then there was one. Can't just leave me like that, Rick. I guess you can. Okay, here we go. Onward and upward, right? Not a fan of the Alpes. I don't know why I'm doing this morning. What was that?
Grace is in a mode this week.
In a mode?
Yeah, anytime I holler up the stairs to her, she gets a little attitude going on. Hopefully, we can come to figure out a way to make that stop. We'll see. All right. I went to check in with her because the bus should be arriving at any moment now, and I was supposed to give her a ride. So I figured I would check in to see what's going on. And she said, "Well, obviously we can't go."
Said what?
Whoa. obviously we wouldn't make it in time. Whoa, okay. Just checking in, see what's going on. I noticed. Teenage girls, I'm telling you. You never know with them sometimes. I don't know about teenage boys. I've never dealt with them in a parental setting, but
You're never a teenage boy.
I was. I didn't deal with me, though. I thought I was doing fine. I bet I wasn't, though. In fact, I guarantee I wasn't.
Oh my God,
Did
time
you,
for only 4 other segments here.
Did you ride the endurance builder yesterday?
Well, I had no choice. No one else was going to lead it. So.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, yes, I rode it. Yeah, we didn't have a lead for B. I wasn't up for leading B yesterday.
Yeah, I had to take a rest day yesterday, or at least a cross training day, which I did. Especially because of that hip, I was like, I notice whenever it starts to seem like it's going to get bad, if I do a row session, for some reason, that seems to help it out a bit. Or just generally outdoor riding. I don't know what it is about this trainer, but whenever I get the hip or it's like a glute almost issue, or like a sciatica, but yet moves, oh, I don't know. It's a something. It's an issue. Ooh, halfway through. Does that mean there's only 3 left? Hope so. It's starting to smirk. Ah. Ah. Less recovery going on. Oh, never mind. Still less though. Definitely starting to build.
Well, I'm going to install an update in 3 seconds.
Whew. Definitely been putting this workout off. This one is, it's only an hour, but looking at it, it seems very tough. And it is. But if there's a day I should do it, today's the day.
Uh-oh, are you over there motivating yourself? Today's the day. Today's the day we do it.
I have beat the fatigue for now. So the week worked. I really didn't want to ride on a trainer today, but the weather kind of made me.
Yeah, it's kind of cold and windy. Is it cold there too today and windy?
Yeah, it's definitely cooler. 55 right now, and then high around 70.
Oh,
But cloudy all day. Rain.
Awful. Now I see why you talk so much smack about Maine. It's cold here, but oh well, 63, so it is cold. That's for sure. It is cold.
We're at that time of the year where the weather forecast is nothing to plan on.
Yeah, it's just a complete randomness. Like at the meet yesterday, they were like, "Oh, it's not gonna rain," and then all of a sudden, a random storm came through, dumped rain, and left.
I had that on Saturday. It was like, ooh, no rain. There was rain.
It was definitely rain.
Before, it was rain before I started riding to the ground, but the ground was like drying up.
Yeah.
And I could see where the rain was moving north. And then I went out and got like one town over and bam, downpour. Like, okay. So I looked on the radar. radar didn't even show it. Like, what is going on here?
This is crazy.
So then I spent the rest, half of my ride, the ride out on wet roads. And then the way back was dry, but I was still wet. Just wasn't squishy anymore.
Wetter than
But
an
it was a
upper
good ride.
pocket.
Yeah, my shoes were like an outer pocket for sure.
That's how my shoes are every time I bike inside now, because I sweat them out. The sweat drips down my legs, into my socks, into my shoe. So every day I have to leave my fan on and put my shoes in front of it to blow them dry.
Yesterday I went to my dad's house, and he, the whole time he was talking to me about, well, first of all, he had two things he wanted to talk about. One thing was how the rain is absolute crap, or the weather. He's like, this is why I don't come back this early. But Dawn made me. And because June is the toss-up until summer actually starts. And then it's just beautiful days every day.
Like the stream, Michael.
Then the other thing he talked about is something happened with his internet through Spectrum where he travels back and forth. And something happened where he was like, they just went auto pay, they stopped. They didn't take it last month. And then I get back here and there's no internet. So now we're thinking about getting internet, but he's like working off of his cell service hotspot and just running the internet in his house. And he's trying to convince my stepmom that that's perfectly fine. Like, look at this. And then every so often they'd go like all pixely. And he just wasn't even acknowledging that. He was just acknowledging the short moment that it would actually like be enough to be able to see a picture well. He's hilarious. And those were the two things he just kept going back and forth on. Oh, again? There we go.
Still installing it took it.
So I finish this way.
That's pretty demoralising. That. Been riding for 20 minutes and I've just passed turn 20.
This might have been a good workout for the Alpes. The power's up for most of it.
So I could have slowed you down if we'd have done a meetup.
Apparently this one's all about recovery in short periods. Just happy it's giving me some recovery.
Go and watch Paragraphs. Cool. See what version it's installed. Update, yeah. Probably tuned up to 3.
Ah, 2 more. And I'll officially be done with this workout plan as far as I'm concerned. You're on mute.
All right, my bad. So if you're about to select a route and it's green, does that mean that you've done it, and the gray one means you haven't done it?
Correct.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going coastal.
Yeah, so I went and did on Saturday. I did it's essentially the route that we're doing for the race is a figure 8. So I did the first part of half of the 8. So it's the first part of the course and the last part of the course. And man, I didn't have 60 miles on me when I hit the last part like I did last time, and not enough fueling. So of course it felt worse during the race last year, but re-riding that for the first time since then, I was like, wow. First of all, there's a lot of parts that weren't as I remember. It seemed hillier on the KOM. It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
If you're at, whatever, 30 miles like I was. But yeah, I was happy I rode that, but it was nice. It's like, I don't know, I feel like most of the hills, other than a few like short kickers, most of the hills seem to have a place right before them where you're building up speed.
Yeah.
I know that's not fully the case though on the way to, on the other part, the middle part of that whole route, but I do remember some where there were little extended climbs. But I could be remembering it from the race too, and it felt different. But it was good. I was happy I did that. I want to do it again.
Route recon, huh? Race recon.
Yeah, it's one of my advantages I get over all the out-of-staters. My legs are starting to die.
Bring them joints back to life. My hurt. Is it like messing up the game?
My hips starting to do it a little bit. I think it's on Wednesday that Grace finds out about which team she's on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, your gym is waiting a long time to get the information out.
Yeah, they are. They've already had several tryouts since then. Last minute ones. Wow. Only one more after that. My max heart rate has dropped quite a bit. It was kind of nice to see, though, in Friday's sprint, that I did get up into the 180s. So I feel like I haven't done that in a while. Seems lately like my max is in at 175. I think it was 182 on Friday.
Making those gains, huh?
I don't understand how I've got PRs on only some of the segments on the Alpes here. I don't understand how I've got PRs on any of them, really, but it's been so long since I've been up the Alpes.
Oh my God, why is it not working?
Stay ahead of me. And I can take a coffee stuff. Go.
Just in time.
All right. Let's see if this will actually work.
Because it is adjustment time.
Okay.
Wow, this thing.
There we
not
go.
having this during the race. I should shed like 20 pounds.
Taking Grace's
I did
skill.
notice. Yeah. Well, that was what that was what the attitude was about, was because I was looking at the time and I'm like, well, how the bus is going to show up any moment now? How is this going to work out? And then I said, hey, Grace, what's going on with that? And then she started hollering at the stairs like I was an idiot or something.
Well, you are,
But
but
it's like, oh, we're going to have to figure that one out this week. And she went and stayed at a friend's house this week, and she usually comes back all full of attitude. I feel like it's the same. Really, it's too much room to go back. I outgrown this saddle. Or this bike. Oh well, I guess no adjustment. Yeah, it's like Grace doesn't give me an attitude any other time, but for some reason, when I haul her up the stairs and she's in her room, all that comes down from the top of the stairs is just fire and brimstone.
You should get a bell. Ding that thing.
I should get a bullhorn and just at those moments when she yells, I'll just wah, and then or just an air horn. And just associate any time that there's an attitude, then the air horn will be blown, and then it will be like a Pavlov dog type situation where
what you need,
you don't want any air horns.
what you need
Up
is
the
one on
stairs.
remote control. And install it
Then
in
I
a
could use it
bedroom.
on the cat. Could use
No,
it on
this
the
is-
cat too. Every time he decides to scratch all of the door frames in this house is so annoying.
No, just install it in a
That's
bedroom
probably
with a remote control. If she jumps out of her skin when you push the button.
Then I wouldn't have to go up. She's pretty good at waking up, but whenever, but if there's ever those mornings where I'm wondering, I could just,
I just
Don't
hit
even have
that
to get
dude
off the
down for
bike.
nothing.
that would actually be pretty entertaining. I might go look for one because then every time I could do it and with a smile be like, you gave me an attitude. This is how we can get through the teenage years. Working together with calmness.
There we go. Yeah, you can
Because once
hold
she
me for a
comes
bit.
downstairs, there's no attitude anymore. It's only from the top of the stairs. I don't know why. It's the craziest thing. I think it's because she's usually doing something, and I think I get like that when I'm doing something and somebody bugs me. I go, what?
So she's exhibiting your traits.
I think so. And I don't like it.
Next time she's gonna say, next time you do it, she's gonna grab your bullhorn and she's gonna sound it off at you. Oh,
Yeah.
you gave me rude dad.
Then it'll be
Rude
fair
dad.
game. It'll be fair game. I'll be like, all right, there we go. We've reached an understanding. Hold me to task, I'll hold you to task. She yelled at you? She's yelling at everybody today. She's yelling at us now for talking about it.
Get her on stream. See if she'll yell at me.
Have a good day. I couldn't even hear what she was yelling, but she's yelling something from the other room about us yelling. Or about us saying she was yelling.
What's this jump? Dad.
All right, before I get to the hard part of this workout. I should say goodbye. That was pleasant.
This is pleasant as well. Going up the Alp at 3.5 watts a kilo, and I'm not even pedaling.
All right, here we go. Last effort. Wow, and I feel fully rested. This probably isn't the way this workout should have gone, but oh well. It's the way it went. Yeah.
That was perfectly timed. The guy that just pulled me for the last 3 minutes at 3.5 watts a kilo is he's on a workout, and his display just turned from yellow to blue. Hopefully, he's got a 30-minute rest now, so I'll have another rest stop, another coffee stop by the time he's ready to go yellow again. That would be nice.
Huh.
I don't think that's going to
Wow.
happen.
Not a big fan of this. I got a sample pack of the LMNT hydration stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been completely bombarded all over social media with their ads. And not a fan.
Oh yeah.
See?
You
Right
didn't
now
like-
I'm feeling
I told you needed to try stuff before the event. I'll be all right. I know you are.
well, yeah, I'm trying the
Well,
other
you didn't
stuff,
want
but
to.
I'm not going to try ketones. Those are expensive. It did say there is a potential for nausea with ketones, but it was also tough to tell if they were talking about when you get into ketosis by doing a carb-free diet, or if it was from drinking ketone, from taking ketone esters. But yeah, I got a sample pack of this because it was just, I don't know. It had a lot of
So you
milligrams.
didn't get the gel, you just got the powder to put in your water?
Well, for the hydration, I ended up getting tabs from
Oh,
Precision Fuel.
you do that. I told you to get the packets, the gels.
I got some gels. I didn't get those
Did
ones
you
though.
try one yet?
Nah.
Try the gels. They're actually good. I haven't had the little capsules. The gels, they work though, man.
Well, I got the
I
tabs, which I usually use noon tabs, but these are Precision Fuel, which have more sodium in them,
yeah.
so that it's more for, race and stuff. But
Yeah, for your water, you still need the gel packet.
oh yeah, I got some beta fuel, and then I also have carbohydrate powder for my bottles too. So pretty much I just have the gels to fill in if needed. Or if I want to like kind of flush with another water bottle, but I still need the carbs. Because once you start adding, oh wow, it's over. Once you start adding 90 grams of carbs to a bottle, it becomes a thick, sweet, sticky mess. It's just a heavy drink, which is kind of nice at first, but once you start mouth breathing for a while, not as good. So I'm definitely going to have a bottle that just has electrolyte in it. And then I'm going to hit another bottle hard with that. So I'm going to have to start using gels to make up for that. And then one other bottle that I haven't fully decided what I'll do with that. But well, with this, it's weird. It's like once you get halfway through the bottle, you're thirsty for more. But it's just so salty. It's like all they use is table salt or something. It's just very salty. And yeah, I don't know. Just doesn't seem good.
Know a few
Already.
people like that.
I'm 60, or I'm just about an hour into the workout, and I'm already like having issues with it. My tongue feels pickled. So I can imagine what I'd be after 3.5 hours. So I'm happy I tried it. At least the sample pack was big enough so I could use it if I liked it. But now I'll just use it for workouts and stuff. Whew. Oh, phone call. Mondays. The attitudes are spreading. Ooh, right here it is. A little Marvin Gaye, Gotta Give It Up, to bring my, take off all of the attitudes that are going. I just had a fun little interaction on the phone where I got a call about that. He was like, I'm not sure if I was putting on my earrings and I heard a ting and something roll away. And I'm not sure if it was my diamond. And I was like, okay. so where did it go? And she was like, in the kitchen. And I was like, okay. So
in
are
the
you
cat.
wearing your ring? Are you wearing your ring? And she said no. And I said, okay. So you don't know if the diamond's missing, or is it a whole ring, or what are we doing here? And so then she was like, well, I was reaching for my earrings in the glass thing. And then I heard a ting. Like, okay. So where were you when this happened? Were you in the kitchen? And she was like, no, I was in the bathroom. And I was like, okay. But it
Here's,
went in the kitchen? Yeah.
Here's
And
your
I'm getting an
opportunity.
Because apparently I'm being annoying by asking these questions.
Here's your opportunity for retribution, Rick. Oh, I thought it was broken. I threw it away.
Yeah. I didn't recognize it, so I threw it in the trash. I thought it was just an extra diamond. For those who do not know, like Emil, there was a time, once upon a time, where I bought a Garmin watch off of a very kind man who sold me their new old one. And it came with a charging cord. And there was one day I made a big oopsie and left that charging cord in the general public of my kitchen. And the next week or 2 weeks or whatever, when I went to go charge it, I said, have you seen a charging cord that was over here? Said, nope.
A bit of a funny end on it.
Yeah, it had the funny end, all that stuff. And she still said no. And then I kept looking. Eventually, at some point, I can't remember what brought it up, but I brought it up again. Oh, it was when I went to order a new one. And then she was like, you know what? She was like, what did it look like? And then I said, well, it has a funny end like this, and showed her. And then she was like, oh, yeah, I saw that. And I was like, well, this doesn't look like it fits anything, must just be an extra charging cord. And I threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Why? So, yeah. Still haven't gotten her back on that yet. But I did the perfect situation diffuser by sending her a message and saying, sorry if I annoyed you. And she replied and said, you didn't annoy me. I'm just annoyed and I took it out on you. I'm sorry. She's just apologizing because she heard what happened to Grace when Grace gave me an attitude. I went directly to the live stream. This feels a lot better than that workout. There. Workout plan is complete. Now I just have ones that I can do if I want to get ready. If I just want an easy, quick half-an-hour workout. I don't know how it'll work out, but I was thinking about how I wanted to warm up. You know, obviously get my heart rate up before the race, and then have that time before the race to kind of, you know, rest, and then hopefully I'll start out on a nice good warmed up heart rate. And the only problem is there's going to be like an hour. I think this year it's starting an hour later, and I have all plans to show up early, try to sign up for anything, grab any fuel stuff if it's available, and do all that nonsense. So I was thinking about doing a race warm up on Zwift, and then immediately getting on the bike, riding down there, and then I'll have like an hour off the bike. I think that should still do good though, right?
Nah.
But it's gonna be like I think it's like a half an hour warm up thing I do during like before ZRL, and I think it should still be good.
The time has come
Either way, it'll all work out.
to stand united.
That's the thing with races that I've noticed is you do all this planning, and like for me,
Respect.
for pretty much anybody though that does races, I think preparation is a big key. And you're all prepared. You've been doing all this preparation. Now it's coming down to the moment. You want to make sure you have everything. You're thinking about all this stuff, and then you start the race, and none of it matters. Like you're happy that you did prepare, but yet half the things you were wondering about just don't even matter. Or that pain you were having that you were concerned about just goes away, and new pains take over. All of a sudden you're like, oh wow, my neck hurts. I didn't see that one coming. I thought it would be my hip. We've been raided.
I need to sort these notifications out. XCX88, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Rick's on a workout. Oh, I know he's finished his workout.
Yeah, now I'm just spinning. And it's so
Yamel's Yamel's always happy on the screen. He's smiling.
nice. Yes.
Not
If you're
today.
not smiling, that means
And
you're
I don't know
suffering.
why, but I decided I'd go up the Alpes this morning. I hate the Alpes. No idea why
You're
I'm
in the
doing
snow
this.
now.
Oh, I'm in the
You're
snow,
almost
yeah.
there.
No, I'm not. I'm on one of the two long
I should've
ones,
done-
long
I
intervals
bet if I
before
would
the
have
top.
done, I'd probably be done right now if I did the out. Maybe. That workout was definitely had some power going on.
Someone's coming past me now, so I can take my other coffee stuff. She's probably got a bit of time before it's due yet. No, it's not enabled. 13 minutes.
Oh, thought I had a level 101. Back to level 100.
Yep, but 50,000 drops.
Woo!
I wonder if that gets multiplied when you have the drops multiplier with a pace partner.
Probably not. Huh. Oh wait, yeah, they haven't started with the new routes yet, have they? The grade and whatnot.
No.
It's like that starts. Actually, did that start today or this week? I think it does, right? And through 13th or something.
I don't know.
Something. Yeah. So this weekend, I just got Netflix again recently. And so, like I saw yesterday that there was a Lance Armstrong 30-30 on there, which lately I've been watching a lot of things involving him. I don't know why. My TV just keeps directing things towards that. But I was watching that. A lot of George Hincapie on there. I didn't realize he did admit to using EPO, but so I can, if he tries to run into me again, I can say that. Be like, doper. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Just going to say, yeah, do
like
that
George.
and see what happens.
I like George. He's a nice guy. But yeah, so I was watching that anyway, and and then I read, he was talking about all of that, which I mean, like everybody on the tour pretty much was using it. Like, I mean, like going for that 30-30, at least, like they interviewed one person. I guess he's the UCI president now or something, maybe it was. I can't remember. But anyway, he said he had never doped and that he was told that he wasn't going to make it very far if he didn't and all that stuff. So it was like pretty much if you didn't, then you were like even doubted by your team head leads that you're just not going to make it and that you're not trying hard enough. But then I read an article this morning about that Sepp Kuss had done an interview somewhere and said something about he's hoping to one day to win the Tour de France, so that to try to reinvigorate American cycling, like what Lance Armstrong did. But the way he said it was, I want to be the first American clean win at the Tour, which makes sense. But
It's never gonna happen.
well, then I was like thinking, well, geez. I mean, I don't know. I still have doubts that the riders are clean these days. I don't know. Maybe training is that good now that, you can really and all the testing around it, you can really pick out the superhumans, the genetic superhumans, and train them up really well and get everything perfect on them so that they're being
what
fueled.
changed is not the workouts, but fueling changed.
Oh yeah,
So
totally.
they have more energy and they're not depleted as much because it's easier with technology to get the carbs in and all the other crap.
They can even tell it was with a lot of things on the bike where they're at and what they need.
Yeah.
While they're actively racing. But
yeah.
But I don't know, just with some of how well some people outperform others, it's just I don't know. But at the same time, it's like the watching that 30-30, you got to feel bad for Lance Armstrong, because first of all, most people don't understand what was even happening, what the doping was. It wasn't like he was taking steroids. It wasn't like he was, doing something illegal. He was doing something against the rules of the UCI, which they ban tons of things. They have things that are banned.
They ban everything under the sun
that you may use every day.
And shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so it's
just UCI ban, not a doping agency ban.
And everybody was doping. So it's he still excelled. He had times where he wasn't excelling. But yeah, he still excelled over the dopers. So there was still something there. But yeah, so it's unfortunate that they used him as a scapegoat. Of course, they would use the American.
I think they
Stupid
used
Americans.
him not because he was American and all that, because he was an asshole, is what everybody says. So,
well, actually, yeah, that's
and
a
the
good point.
things he did to people was wrong, so that's why they targeted him. And I think
I did watch another documentary that kind of put that more into light. By the end of it, you're like, yeah, I'm happy he got he got it all taken away. The 30-30 kind of make a little more you know, you feel bad for him. But then, yeah, this other one was kind of like another one I had watched went with more
The thing is,
how he kind of laid his own bed with his attitude and his ego and all that stuff.
Yeah.
why do they
He was
call
an
it
athlete.
doping? Why that
Yeah.
word? I'm dopey
Yeah, it's
enough.
a
I
very-
don't need dope.
It's a very negative connotation. Because I mean, normally when you think of doping, you think heroin, a heroin addict, you know, like a doper. But like EPO, all it is like you're just what is it? Isn't it like it creates more red blood cells to move the oxygen or something like that?
No, is it because you're dopey to take it?
Maybe. Everybody was a dope. I mean, that's the thing too. Like you see, like I can't remember which rider it was, but I just saw some quick little reel blurb thing of him like ripping lines of cocaine off of his like his coach. One of his coaches was like sprinkling it out on his glove, and he's just like, it's like, wow, okay. And he was a well-known name.
He was just opening his sinuses up, that's all. So he could
all
breathe
it was.
better.
Yes. Cocaine helps you breathe better. And then he had like Escobar Industries on the side of his jersey.
Ah,
But yeah, it is unfortunate because he was, I mean, no matter what, he was targeted. And even if you're an asshole, it sucks to be targeted because you don't realize how much of an asshole you are. For all I know, I'm an asshole.
I wasn't going to say it. but now you've admitted it.
I know Heidi's tried to tell me several times, but I figure she's just saying that. That's what they all say, right? All wives. Wow.
You got
So
me.
I don't know what to think right now because right now it's sunny out, very sunny, looks nice. This is stupid. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this state. I don't know what that means or how that helps me, but I'm done.
A state of perpetual exhaustion. Just don't believe your garment.
This is just complete. Well, no, it's the state. It's just like it's sunny out now. Like they predicted rain. I saw the rain coming, and now it's sunny out.
But you know what would happen if you go out on your bike now? You get caught in a torrential downpour and be wetter than an otter's pocket.
Is this happening everywhere around the country right now? Just unpredictable rain, weather, all that stuff? Okay, good. So it's not just Maine. So, and then from what my dad says, Florida is just like apparently the humidity is actually down for once. But the only reason why the humidity is down is because the heat is so high right now. So they're just so far above the dew point that it's just not that humid. Apparently it's just been 100 degrees a lot. Which that's not pleasant to ride a bike in either. I've done that a few times. It always seems good until you hit that climb and then the air just isn't moving. What's my blood oxygen? Wow, this thing's saying my pulse is at 60. Oh, okay, now it's going up. All right, now we're getting some readings.
You've lost your finger.
101 and still 98%. I just can't get above 98% in this house. I'm gonna wear this all day. Wrap it around my wrist.
I'm just passing it 4.7 watts a kilo, and I've got a minute to my coffee still.
Today ends up being one of those days. Where I go to work and then it's like, wow, this is a surprise. Look how sunny it is all day long. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be pretty mad. It is like truly like yesterday I looked at the weather quite a bit. And every time I looked at it, it was a different forecast for today and for the week. It was just insane. It's just craziness. First of all, who's updating these things on Sunday? Second of all, why? You know, why is this happening? All right, here we go. I'm gonna see what Garmin thinks. What does Garmin think? Garmin still thinks I'm unproductive. Ooh, I went up in my VO2. Yes.
Oh, you're making serious gains at the end of your stuff.
I've been waiting for this to actually go up for it because it's been
Yeah,
going
or-
very slowly down, but I was at 62. Now I'm up to 63.
Notice
so
how it all came after your week rest, and then it's hard to get back into it. Then you get into it in a weekend. So everything just started climbing.
Oh yeah, that ride outside was pretty cool because I was having some real bad hip pain, and by the end of that ride, it took care of my hip pain. So that was good. Like it was bad. Like the night before, I was just like, uh-oh, this is really seeming like it's like uncomfortable even when I'm resting. And then it bothered me for the first part of the ride, and then went away.
What is your
later on?
Your CTL at right now, aka fitness?
Let's see. I think this morning it went down to 87. I think my highest right now has been 90.
Oh, okay. Before my accident, I was at 97. Now I think I'm at 78.
Yeah, usually like, I don't know, I was hoping to be a little higher by this time of year to be ahead of where I was last year, but I know like all summer long I end up hovering around the high 90s, low 100s. Once I start, riding like twice a day, no matter what. Yeah, I'm at 89 right now.
Yeah.
But my fatigue and form are right there where tomorrow I'm going to be all recovered and ready to go again.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'll be at 79 fatigue and 7 form, so I'll actually be a little lower than I was this morning. Then I'll do, if the weather's right, then I'm going to do a longer ride to work, maybe, and probably push it a little bit. I don't know. That's going to be a moment's notice decision. I'll decide when I get out there if I want to do like kind of higher endurance or if I want to do more tempo or threshold ride. And I think next week I'll just do what I did last week. Depending on where my numbers are at, then if I end up putting on some pretty good fatigue this week, then I'll end up like just endurance every day, longer rides, and then do just a short, easy ride to work on Friday, then ride back, and then stop, pick up my packet, and then by the next morning I should be good to go. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. The only thing I'm concerned about is what if I do really well in it and then I'm like, I get my stuff and then I'm like, well, was that worth all that? It's not like anything big happened. I just dedicated all this time to just winning for a day and then it's over after that. It's just, I'm not getting in any place in a league. I'm not doing anything special. But it was worth it because it kept me entertained. And that's what it was all about. And now I'm in good form for the rest of the summer, so that'll be nice. Nice to be on the other side of fatigue, though. I like this side better. You can like do stuff and be happy about it, not just feel wasted all the time. In a world where no one understands.
Yeah.
In a world where you're struggling just to do stuff, just to do all the other things, and nobody gets it. All right. Ooh, here's the top. Here's the top.
Yeah, what am I going to get? Come on, place your bet.
Can we see 400 watts?
No.
Can we get 400
Plus
watts?
15 experience.
What am I going to get? Come on, gloves, wheels,
I think it'll be
helmet.
It'll be wheels.
9,
It's been a while.
68, same.
They're
The
gonna
guess
send you
that it
wheels.
says.
Just tap the guy that's everything. Whew. Gloves, yay!
Gloves.
What was it?
Gloves.
Oh, gloves. Oh,
All right.
don't even
Yeah,
wear
time to-
gloves.
Also known as the slap to the face.
Time to
Just
bike
rode all
switch.
the way up there for some stupid gloves. They're probably used too. Probably
No,
just
I rode-
pulled them off the last rider.
I rode all the way up here so I can switch to the hand bike and pass people on the way down. No. Hmm. Wilson
Don't need to
decided
go
he
get-
was going to try and race me to the top. I passed him between turns 2 and 1, and then he pushed to stay with me. And after I'd made the turn around 1, I shifted up to the big ring and did 4.5 all the way to the top. He didn't. I've switched bikes and he's still behind me.
Oh. Wow. I need to get my brakes. I thought I needed to get my brakes replaced. Or my front brakes, but now they seem to be just about matched up with my rear brakes. I don't need no stinking brakes in a race. So the whole point is to not use the brakes, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with this whole like riding with a backpack on and with my my saddlebag on and all that, and with these lights, the Garmin light, that thing is heavy as hell. It's like just even with just still having the light on and everything, this thing is so much lighter without that bag on. But I look at all those things as kind of training with a load, so that like just taking my backpack off for that Saturday ride, I felt so much faster and just more comfortable. My back was able to air out. It's very nice because I've been doing all of my rides this year as commutes, even when they're longer, and it's yeah, got to wear the backpack the whole way. And usually there's a can of beans in there because that's the easiest thing to transport on the bike. A can of beans alone is like 10 pounds.
Are you serious? You take beans with you?
Sometimes, yeah. They're easy because I can just throw it in the bottom of the backpack, and you get a lot of calories out of the amount of space they take up. So other than that, like I have pasta I'm gonna take with me today to work. But if I were to put that whole container in my bag, it would take up most of my bag.
Yeah, he's got to replenish his the bean juice.
Exactly.
I see.
But it's not a 10-pound can of beans, but it's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's up there around a pound.
Never known anybody in my life that likes beans as much as you.
I didn't say I like them.
Hey, you like them if you're gonna carry a can of beans in a backpack to work.
They're extremely efficient. That's all.
Uh,
Anything else I could get and take to work, it's just, I don't know, you just don't get as much like calorie replenishment as you do from beans. Sometimes I'll take, what will I take? I don't even know what else I've taken. Maybe I've only taken beans every time I ride to work. I don't
You like
eat beans that much. Or no, usually like what I'll do today, because I have all that leftover pasta, I'll bring all of that with me since I'm driving to work today. And then leave it there so that it's ready for me for the next couple of days. And then it'll be beans.
I think somebody's in denial. They love beans. Favorite food? Hashtag favorite food.
I don't know what you're talking about, because as far as I'm concerned, the Nile is a river in Egypt. That's it.
Dang, I never know there was a D in front of Nile. Man, you should have, since you're a spokesperson for beans now, in order to get your sponsorship, you should just put it up on your screen, right in front of the green screen. So you're right next to your head, just beans. Prop a can up there.
I did.
Yeah, you should approach Bushes. They'll sponsor you.
Yeah, first cyclist sponsor. You could be a revolutionary. You might want to get the sponsorship before your race, though, so that if you win, you hold up beans at the finish.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, Rick doesn't hold up a bottle of champagne. He holds up a can of beans.
I just
no
takes
champagne, no beer,
takes the top off, shakes it. Everybody gets covered in beans.
no Amstel for you. It's beans.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could get sponsored by like a Mexican restaurant. They like beans. Check the Tex-Mex. Eat your chips and beans. Ah, more.
Hope the sun's still out when I go to work. Be nice to have a nice sunny drive to work.
Sunny walk to work. One sit in the office upstairs here. The door will be open, so I'll walk past the sun streaming in through that.
It is cold outside today, for sure.
Yeah, I can't believe 50s feels cold. Although maybe it's warmer because it still says 55, and I bet it's
Mine says, let's see.
it's 60.
That's not good. $67.
Yeah, right now supposedly it's mostly cloudy, but it's seeing sun. It's sunny out. What's going on?
For me, it's the breeze. It's so.
The skies are completely blue right now, as far as I can tell from my window.
Yeah,
it's
from
mostly-
mine too.
Mostly
All blue.
cloudy, it says. It says mostly cloudy, and for the next hours, it's mostly cloudy and then rain. I don't know. Hopefully, eventually here. Once the good weather kicks in, though, it's like it'll be consistently good weather for the rest of the summer. It should be. It's
I don't
typically how
know
that
this
goes.
year. I think the earth is doing some sickness cleansing right now, so I think we're just gonna have a weird summer.
I mean, last year in June, there was, for the entire month of June, there ended up being, I think it was like 4 days that it didn't rain. And it was the wettest June and the coolest June that had been recorded. So far this year, we're doing better than that. So that's good. But this just kind of still feels like it. But maybe it's just usually like this. June is, I mean, according to my dad, June's always crap, and that's why he waits to come back from Florida later on in the month when
Yeah.
it gets fixed. But then, like that last week of June, usually, and 4th of July and all that, that's when it starts like hitting 90s once in a while, and then it's just every day is 80s and sunny, and then maybe a thunderstorm, maybe not. Yeah, later on in the day. Those are the good days. Those are the days when I don't even look at the weather anymore. I just decide, should I ride outside or not? I think I will. All right. Well, I will see you guys.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Have
am
a
going to
good
stop at this. Come on, get 32k. Come on, give me 32 kilometers. There we go. That will do for me. Oh.
All right, I guess I'll see you tomorrow also.
Well, yeah. Put the stream down now, but thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on the stream. Be back with Rick tomorrow. And Yamel, probably.
Yep.
Until then, take care. Have a great Monday. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching.